including Anthony Moe.
Exactly.
All right, so let's see what Albany does with this smaller lineup. They go inside to Anthony Moe, and just another easy bucket for Anthony Moe.
You see Anthony Moe setting that ball screen, and as he rolls, the second line of the defenders supposed to pick him up, but as he keeps rolling, he gets passed off, and that's where they have a shooter in the corner or Moe at the basket. That's how you can tell they're in a zone.
Cobras now by 2. Talked about Jaquan Newton. Point being his natural position, takes it up the floor. Jackson looking for the cutter, nothing there. Moe comes up top. Moe against Adams. Moe gets his own rebound and throws it down. Anthony Moe is just getting points at will tonight.
Yeah, and you saw there, Adams he was like hesitant. He didn't know if he should come all the way out to guard him, but he had to.
Adams by himself.
Good find.
Yep. Isaiah Jackson streak into the hoop. An easy 2 for Jackson.
Well, if Patroons push in transition, they can score anytime they want to. It's just about getting a rebound and a quick outlet and getting a numbers advantage.
Jones with the ball in the paint. Gets it to Adams. An easy 2 off the glass for Taurus Adams. Game tied up at 23 apiece. I think you had a good call to start this game on Anthony Moe being our player of the game, because Moe is really doing basically whatever he wants. J.C. Shao off the mark on the 3, but Anthony Moe is really just pretty much dominating.
Well, even in that situation, because he dove to the basket, 4 guys crowded him, and J.C. Shao was wide open.
Zaire Woody with the baseline bucket. Albany going to take a timeout. Coach Brown not really loving what he's seeing now following the last timeout. Will Brown not too terribly upset right now.
No, a couple ticky-tack calls that could have gone either way. The big stat that jumps off the page is the Patroons right now with 20 points in the paint as J.C. Shao hits a 3. Connecticut Cobras only have 6. And when you're scoring that much at will in the paint, it opens things up on the perimeter.
And we just saw a good example of that as J.C. Shao was able to hit the 3-pointer. Because Anthony Moe, now that Jared Sam is back in there, and Jared Sam are just always a threat. We've got Devon Dillard in also for Albany, so another little bit of a new look lineup here for Albany. Spin move, Mason, no good. Woody gets the rebound and put back.
Yeah, just unlucky bounce there. Moe looked like he got shoved underneath, but you got to come up with that rebound.
Dillard thought about going inside to Anthony Moe. Pretty well guarded here. Jaquan Newton loses it. Connecticut running the floor a little bit. Green Younger slows it up and then gets it back to Woody.
That's a travel violation.
And Connecticut actually doing a pretty good job knocking down their free throws. Dillard. Yep, got it. Well, welcome to Albany.
Yeah, with Anthony Moe drawing a whole lot of attention, that loop behind by Dillard, great vision to find him, and just an easy knockdown rhythm 3.
Adams up over a couple of Albany defenders. He had the size advantage there, goes high off glass.
Well, and he's the one that's done some damage so far for the Cobras. He's got 10 points at this point, so somebody that they have to do a better job keying in on.
Really the only one who's kind of stood out. I mean, they've played well as a team together. Dillard, another 3. Can he go back-to-back? No, but Jaquan Newton, rebound comes right to him. Oh, almost an opportunity.
Well, Adams for Connecticut is the one that has stretched them out a little bit, and Anthony Moe's been hesitant to come out and guard on the perimeter, and you see here, Connecticut Cobras really playing 5 out and spreading the Patroons out.
And Zaire Woody has had the last 6 points, potentially 6 out of 8 for Connecticut. So he's doing now some good things as Jared Sam goes strong in the paint. Back to the internal game there for the Albany Patroons.
Yeah, they're just pounding the ball inside, and it's just so obvious that Connecticut Cobras have 0 size to match up with them.
Good defense there by Isaiah Jackson to tip that ball loose, and Dillard, bucket in the foul. Gonna go. Jones underneath to Samuel. making the most of the 5 seconds on that shot clock in a big way.
Well, just getting beat off the defense, off the dribble and helping up, gave up an open layup. We've seen that a couple times tonight.
At 73-54 right now.
Yeah, BJ Gladson just trying to make something happen and forcing it a little bit. Still had 10 seconds on the shot clock when he was looking to go.
6-5. Wiggins off the mark. Shao can't get it off. A few more minutes to see if he can notch up some of those numbers.
Well, I would think so, and I think this is a good opportunity to get guys some more minutes, right? And the thing about the last game against Connecticut, the night before, these guys had played against, you know, sometimes it's tough to get up for those games, right?
Yeah.
But on full rest and playing on a Wednesday, this team came with something to prove tonight.
Kick, so it stays with Albany. Coach Jack for the Cobras. Is this a game where we will get to see Luther Page a little bit?
I don't have an inside scoop on that for you.
You don't? DJ Glassford.
You know, if you watch them in timeouts, he's constantly talking to the coaching staff and asking questions of his teammates and coaches. So I'm sure he's trying to learn. He just got here yesterday. I believe he was in practice yesterday. So with 1 day of practice, you might say, why not? But if he's not comfortable with the defensive rotations or the offensive plays, I'm not quite sure why you would risk it.
Yep, that's true. Wiggins with the rebound and put back there for Connecticut.
Let's hit the birthday boy.
Can he get it? Nope. BJ Glassford, nice rebound though. Gets it out to Dillard. Dillard, nice no-look pass to Jaquan Newton. Newton working on the smaller Wiggins. Newton with the bucket inside, just increasing that inside presence for the Albany Patroons tonight. 101 now, up over 100 points, Coach Jacks.
And it's good to see him. It's good to see him.
And maybe a little bit of the game we see of a former Siena player, Levon Long.
Well, he's got that thick upper body, right? So he's got wide shoulders, and he's well put together, you know, for different than when you're, no disrespect, playing pick a team in the MAC.
I don't want to do this. You're making it awkward. No, just kidding.
No,
all right, I'll pick a team. I'll pick a team. We'll go with St. Peter's because they've had so much success recently. We can pick them. Dillard going to get fouled on the rebound there.
In physicality and athleticism. Now, that can be combated with a team like St. Peter's who played together for a number of years, understood each other, and got hot when it mattered.
Correct.
But on the men's side, on the women's side, it's the physicality, the strength level that makes a big difference.
Yeah, and listen, you can win and a surprise after their first win of the tournament.
And they had good matchups, too. You know, it's so much in the tournament, just coming from having coached in 2 Sweet 16s at George Washington. We were ranked 6th in the country, but the biggest difference is who you're matched up with. And we hit against teams like that, or UConn, your speed and quickness and your teamwork doesn't outweigh that.
Travis takes it right to the hoop. Nice look up ahead by BJ Glassford. After a few quiet minutes, Albany gets on the board again.
Yeah, Connecticut really coming apart at the seams, and the Patroons just playing really good team basketball.
Devon Dillard.
He's a nice piece to the puzzle. He's had a good outing tonight, and when his feet are set, he's just got such a smooth shot. And you know, J.C. Shao finding him and making the extra pass. Just really good team basketball. He's comfortable, and that's the difference. You know, you would expect him to be a post player. Right now, this team on the floor is basically 5 guards.
Newton, the tough shot. Travis Weish with the rebound. Weish
Great
with a second and third. Yeah, second and third opportunity there for the Patroons, but they come up empty-handed.
Well, and you saw them post up Jaquan Newton because they don't have a true back-to-the-basket post player on the floor. And back to your point earlier, will Dillard get a look? I'm sorry, not Dillard. Will Luther Page get a look?
Nothing. Nothing.
I was never really a fan of whoop, there it is.
Why not? Oh.
I think John's got something for us. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, I was just telling you that Art's the DJ tonight. He's doing it all. He's
really?
producing the broadcast. He's DJing. He's all over the place.
Hey, ask him. I know since we're back to action here, BJ Glassford, turn around the other way of the paint. Ask him if he's taking requests.
Art, are you taking requests?
But here comes the hot stepper.
Macarena.
See if he's got that one.
How about La Bamba?
Oh, that is a good one. Devon Dillard. In and working his way up into double digits. Let's see how many Devon Dillard has now. 14 points.
Well, there was your opportunity to see him score around the basket.
It was, and I was busy talking about Aini Kamosi, I believe, is the person who sings Hot Stepper.
You really know your music.
I know. I don't know much else, to be honest with you, Coach Jax. But if you ever get to Rock and Roll Jeopardy, you're going to want me as. You would know that one if you heard it. Anyway, back to basketball. Dillard comes up with a rebound off the free throw miss. Can the birthday boy hit? No, he cannot. I know you're upset. I know. You want him to do big things here tonight because it is his birthday.
Got to play well on your birthday. But you know what? What's great about J.C. Shao? He would say, I don't care as long as we win.
That is a good point. He would. Jaquan Newton filling up the stat sheets a little bit there, grabbing a rebound for himself. Jaquan Newton to J.C. Shao. Nice look for B.J. Glassford, who has forever in a day.
Well, he hesitated. He thought about it, didn't quite have his balance, and then nobody came to guard him.
Ooh. Travis White, a little smile out of you.
Little
nice
fancy.
Bucket.
I like
okay,
that.
Trev, we see you.
Just a little fancy.
Great kid too, by the way. Shout to BJ Glassford. Lets the defenders go by. Up and under BJ Glassford, 114-69. Really though, I say Travis Weiss is a great kid. These are really all really good guys on this team.
They are, and they're just playing for each other and having a good time and putting on a show for this crowd.
Green Younger, nothing there. We have some fans standing up, so I'm not exactly sure, but I think that was Wiggins who got the rebound and tried to take the three. Glassford. Ooh, okay, I'm not sure what that was. They were looking for the foul there. Either way, Devon Dillard went in. When things are going right for you, Coach Jax, things are going right.
Yeah, no question about it. Ball just kind of slipped, but he was able to.
Wiggins' third time is the charm for Connecticut. 12 seconds to go in the third here. Let's see what Albany does. I don't know if Trev realizes that time is winding down.
Well, Coach Brown had to play up his sleeve. Things are getting a little bit inspired.
Okay,
like La Bamba or
Bamba.
the Macarena.
La Bamba. Let's ignore
or the
Macarena.
Why?
Let's get the Patroons up 119-71. Our DJ, our Hunsinger, taking requests. John Longton III got something on the sidelines. What do you got, John?
Luther Page has checked into the game. During that last timeout, coach pointed to him and said, listen, he doesn't know what we're doing, but he's going. Push and let's go. So keep an eye on him.
John, that is awesome. He doesn't know what we're doing, but he's going. I love it. Luther Page into the game, pink sneaks. That is him wearing number 55 for the Albany Patroons.
Well, first look at him, and yeah, it can be a little disorienting when you don't know the offense or the calls or anything else, but no better time than the present to give him.
Because I'm sure that's happening, but we haven't gotten any pictures yet. A little disappointed. All right, Jaquan Newton looking inside. Is he going to get it to Luther Page? He does, and Luther Page was being D'd up.
Each other out a little bit to see what they're capable of bringing, so.
Dillard, they're looking for him inside. Luther Page blocked. Page can't get it the second time, gets his own rebound, so now.
Might have been fouled on the first one, but. That was not a great pass.
No, that was not. He was looking for Devon Dillard, and I believe Dillard thinks he was held a little bit there, fouled on that. Either way, going the other way now. Oh,
That could have been goaltending the other way.
Yep. Rimming around, but Pedro Marquez, I believe that is his first points of the night for the Cobras.
That's got to be a foul.
Yep, Newton.
And that's what can be dangerous in games like this when it's unraveled.
Yeah.
There's 1 quarter left. That's got to be an intentional.
Yeah, and
Coach Brown released somebody to bring these players in. And there was this team is tight. This team is close. And it's just kind of curious to me, you know, how the guys react. I mean, that's being a pro too, though. Trev gets to the basket with ease, but that's also part of being a pro, right?
Yeah.
It's making the moves you need to make as a coach to put your team in the best position to cut down nets and win a championship.
So Albany had 1 open roster spot. Coach Jax teased that. We'll have more on that a little bit. But George Beeman, if people are wondering at home, out of Manhattan was the player who was released. And Luther Page was one of the additions. Now, Page obviously plays a different position than George Beeman. George Beeman was a guard. Albany has a lot of guards. It's not a need for them.
Well, and again, in making a deep run in the playoffs, size, rebounding ability, post substitutions, if someone's in foul trouble, those things all are really important.
Page inside out to Glassford. Glassford loses it. Connecticut gonna try to string some good things here together late in the game, late in the 4th quarter, because as we said, there's still plenty of season left to be played.
Well,
and you want to take some positives away from, even if this ends up being a loss.
Right, and the problem right now is when you have newer players on the court who don't know the intricacies of what you're trying to run, everybody is slipping. Like, there's certain play calls that these guys have.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't know them yet.
And not only him, though, Coach Jax, but just some chemistry that if you look at the players on the floor right now, J.C. Shao, Travis Weiss, yes, they have been constants from day one. Yeah, Jaquan Newton has been here, but we talked about the injuries. Jaquan Newton really hasn't played. Luther Page is brand new, and Devon Dillard, for the most part, is brand new. So even though, you know, you have a couple of guys who have been here before, wow, that would have been something. This group in particular is not used to one another and playing together at all.
You know, Dillard is a walking highlight reel. Like, he's capable of doing.
You know, Coach Brown, he doesn't have to plan, and if he sees things like that, he won't.
Right.
J.C. Shao on his birthday.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the fans are off on their feet, excited for J.C. Shao to knock that down.
Let's send it down to John Longton as Connecticut has the ball. John, do you have an update for us down there?
Yeah, talk to AJ. He said he's good. His feet are just a little sore, nothing crazy. We'll tell them I'm fine.
Tell them I'm fantastic.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, if you want to see, maybe he has a song he wants to request. I don't know if Art is prepared for that, but I don't know. Unless John, you wanted to call one. How about Jaquan
Here
Newton?
we go.
Oh, Jaquan Newton with a nice steal, and he was going to give the unselfish look to Dillard, but just didn't work out.
You know what I think that was, though, Marissa? I think Jaquan was nervous because one of the Connecticut Cobras players was sprinting back. And if you're going full speed like that, the last thing you want is to get undercut. And I think that's what happened there with Jaquan. I'd give him the benefit of the doubt on that a little bit.
Could have been, especially with the chippiness that we've seen here the last few minutes. Probably a smart move.
And when he saw the Connecticut player hustling back in, he just took off the gas a little bit. And I don't blame him, to be honest. It's a 40-point game. There's no point at this point. I mean, you want to put a show on for the fans because the faithful are out here tonight.
Kind of a rare Thursday game for this Albany team.
It is Thursday. Did I say it was Wednesday before? I don't even know what day
I don't think you did. Did you?
Friday Eve.
Friday Eve. Love it.
Knock that down.
And Coach Jax, I'm sure you've talked with Coach Ribzik a little bit about this and the fact that Jaquan has looked much better in practice. He looks healthy. And you can honestly see that here tonight. He just There's a little more pop in his step.
Well, honestly, Coach Ripsick and I don't talk too much.
Don't.
We really don't.
Wait, don't talk too much, period, or don't talk
No.
too much basketball?
We don't talk about work at home.
Okay, okay.
But just from what I've seen in practice and everything else, I agree with you 100%. I would say the challenge for Jaquan is working his way back into a significant contributor in the lineup.
Yep, good point.
Because there is great chemistry with that starting five, and he's capable.
He is. He is. But like you've said, I mean, who could you?
That's why I like Trev.
Right. Sideline. I'm sure he has something brilliant to say right now.
I don't have a request. I will think of that in the next 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Please do.
I didn't hear much in that last time. I was a little loud in here. You know how it gets in the armory, obviously. But Coach Will Brown was telling his team, this is not a joke, finish it out. So he was a little stern with his team about getting back to the fundamentals. Back to you, ladies.
All right, thank you. This is not a joke. I like that. Not surprising words from Will Brown. Something happened with Devon Dillard. Keep an eye on that. I'm not sure if he banged knees with somebody or what exactly happened there.
Well, yeah, he's hopping around, and Coach Brown thinks it's because he missed a shot. But yeah, he tweaked something in his right knee.
Yep. Country music. Coach Jax approves of that. That might have been John's request. Not John's request, he says. Okay, didn't know if you were a country music fan or not. John, do you got something down there on the sidelines for us?
Yep. I talked to Dillard. He said he just banged knees with somebody while he's up in the air, landed on it wrong. Can't jump right now, so hopefully it doesn't turn anything major.
Yeah, that kind of seemed what had happened there. And Isaiah Jackson actually icing down his knee as well. But listen, these are just, I believe, some minor.
That's just maintenance.
Yeah.
That's normal. Like, there's no reason to be concerned with that. You know, as a former player and as somebody who's coached for a long time.
There you go. And one, Luther Page. Continue, Coach Jack. Point play, Luther Page. 129-95, Albany Patroons, 4 minutes to go here. Albany trying to move to 13-2 on the season.
I think that's a foregone conclusion, but still have to play the last few minutes out. And that's, as a coach, you just want your team to play a clean game, finish well. Nice take to the basket there by Luther Page. He'll be a nice addition.
Yeah.
You can see he likes to handle it a little bit.
Yeah, once he gets a hold of the offense and once he really figures it out. And you know what? Moving forward, depending on what happens and what you need, maybe you scale back the playbook just a little bit on some games for the sake of using him and using his size.
When you have certain people in the game, what players can and can't do.
Yes, correct.
And as a coach, you're constantly putting your team in position to be successful and players to be successful. I can name one player who consistently, coming out of a timeout, would have absolutely no idea what I said. And her name...
Don't tell us. Happy birthday.
Oh, I will. And she's one of the toughest and best players I've ever had the chance to coach, and it was Teresa Coles.
Really?
Every timeout, she would look at Megan Donahue and be like, what are we doing?
Because T. Coles was more just worried about her defense, right?
Trev got that dunk.
Dunk-ish.
Anthony Moe is up cheering.
Dunk-ish, right? Yeah, that was good. Within reason, I guess. Final 2:30 to go. JC Shao, the birthday boy. Air ball a little bit there. That's okay, though. He hit a 3 a couple minutes ago, so.
What just happened to Jaquan?
I'm not exactly sure.
There's a sniper in the building. Yeah, it's because they don't have that paint around the outside.
Yes, it's the paint. It is that external paint.
Yeah.
BJ Glassford works it back out to Trev.
Get a high ball screen here and let Trev work.
Weish to Luther Page, and Trev was just waiting for him. Just roll off that pick. Go. 139. Will Albany break one 40, probably, right? You would think that they could.
I think so. It's kind of a strange release on that
That
shot.
was. And not that they are. Yep, Trev's going to go to the line. That was kind of a hard foul. Somebody away like this. To win the game going away.
Well,
to continue to keep your foot on the gas. That's what he asks for.
As you said that, I kind of looked over at Coach, and he had a half smile on his face, and I've been there. Like, you don't want to smile too soon.
Shao does pick up a birthday 3. I think that was for you, Coach Jax. He heard you yelling about it. Listen, a Will Brown half smile is like another coach is like,
well,
hug and fist pump and everything.
Because it's process. Like, he's a process-oriented coach. So if it, you know, and coaches are perfectionists. They want their players to execute and compete every single play. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No. Luther Page picking up another bucket. I think he's got about 8 points now for the Patroons. So good to get him some reps.
Definitely, and this is a good win for this team.
Yeah.
They've had a number of close games, and this is a good win for them, especially with what they've got coming up with Tri-State and Syracuse. The next few teams, so
that always makes me nervous that that defender is going to go on his back or on his head. Oh, I hate that. I hate that, Coach Jax.
You just don't want anyone to get hurt.
Exactly.
And they can dribble the clock out here.
Yep.
I would expect that they would.
Albany getting a standing ovation from the fans. They like to see that.
It's a good win.
It is. It is.
Especially when they played this team the last time out, A.J. Mosby had to hit a game winner with 3 seconds to go. So, you know, just a good job regrouping and refocusing and really establishing themselves tonight